But my interview took place in January with for sure a lot of darkness, very cold weather, and the first foot I put on the ground in Umeå was with the snow. So, you know, when you walk on the snow, it just and then I said, this is where I need to go. This is where I need to be. I feel that I will be able to carry on this research.
Hey all, welcome back on Chemical Serendipity. Yesterday was a historical moment for all women science fraternity. Two young women in their early 50s smashed record and made a scientific history as the only science Nobel ever won by two women. Ms. Charpentier and Ms. Doudna are just 6th and 7th women to receive prize in chemistry. Isn't it so amazing? The Nobel jury said that this technology has had a revolutionary impact on life science and is contributing to new cancer therapies and may make the dream of curing inherited diseases come true. In an interview with reporters after the award was announced, Charpentier said that while she considered herself a scientist first, she is happy and a bit shocked that two women won Nobel. She further said, "I think it's very important for women to see a clear path. I think the fact that Jennifer Doudna and I were awarded this prize today can provide a very strong message for young girls." On the other hand, second winner Doudna said, "I'm proud of my gender. I think it's great, especially for younger women, to see this and to see that women's work can be recognized as much as men's." So let's learn more about these two gene editing artists. Emmanuelle Charpentier, born on 11 December 1968. Yes, she is 51 only. She studied biochemistry, microbiology, genetics at the University of Paris and Marie Curie. Right now, these days it is known as Sorbonne University, and obtained her PhD in microbiology for research performed at Pasteur Institute. Since 2018, she is scientific and managing director of Max Planck Unit for Science of Pathogens in Berlin. She is co-founder of CRISPR Therapeutics and ERS Genomics. These are the two companies that she created to develop the CRISPR-Cas genome engineering technology for biotechnological and biomedical applications. Emmanuelle has received numerous international distinctions. Among the most prestigious prizes, she has received the Japan Prize, the Kavli Prize in Nanoscience, the Wolf Prize, and many other too. And in 2020, she became the winner of Chemistry Nobel Prize. Jennifer Doudna, born on February 19, 1964. Yes, she is 56 only. She earned a PhD from Harvard Medical School. She is a Chancellor Chair Professor in the Department of Chemistry and the Department of Molecular and Cell Biology at the University of California, Berkeley. Doudna has been a leading figure in what is referred to as the CRISPR revolution for her fundamental work and leadership in the developing CRISPR-mediated genome editing. She received many prestigious awards and fellowships like Alan T. Waterman Award, Gruber Prize in Genetics, the Canada Gairdner International Award, the Japan Prize, and many more in the list. And in 2020, she shared Chemistry Nobel Prize with Emmanuelle Charpentier. So let's now try to understand this revolutionary gene editing technique and what can be done using it. So let's understand how CRISPR-Cas9 technology works. Before starting with this technology, I'm taking in consideration that you guys know about DNA, RNA, the type of sugar present in them, how the hydrogen bonding in different base pairs leads to double-stranded DNA. So, when virus infect a cell, they inject their DNA, and in bacterium, the CRISPR system allows that DNA to be plugged out of the virus. CRISPR stands for Clustered Regularly Interspaced Short Palindromic Repeats. The CRISPR-Cas9 technology allows scientists to make changes to DNA in cells that could allow us to cure genetic disease. You might be interested to know that CRISPR technology came about through the basic research project. that was aimed at discovering how bacteria fight viral infections. Bacteria have to deal with the viruses in their environment, and we can think about this viral infection like a ticking time bomb. A bacterium has only a few minutes to diffuse before it gets destroyed. So many bacteria have in their cells an adaptive immune system that is called CRISPR that allows them to detect viral DNA and destroy it. So there are two components to the system. The number one is a DNA cutting protein called Cas9, and the second one is an RNA molecule known as guide RNA. Both of them bound together to form a complex that can identify and cut specific section of a DNA. First, Cas9 has to locate and bind to a common sequence in genome called PAM. Once the PAM is bound, the guide RNA unbinds the part of double helix. The RNA strand is designed to match and bind a particular sequence of the DNA. Once it is bound to the correct sequence, Cas9 can cut the DNA. Its nuclease domains each make a nick leading to double strand break. This is like a pair of scissors that can cut the DNA. Most importantly, this complex is programmable. So it can be programmed to recognize a particular DNA sequence and make a break in the DNA at that site. So when a plant or animal cell detects a double-stranded break in its DNA, it can fix that break. So if we have a way to introduce double-stranded breaks into a DNA at particular place, we can trigger cells to repair those breaks by either the disruption or incorporation of new genetic information. So how this is becoming so much important? Because in the research of those scientists, they found that they can harness the function of protein, that is Cas9, as genetic engineering technology, a way for scientists to delete or to insert specific DNA into cells with incredible precision that would offer opportunities to do things that really have not been possible in the past. Thus, the scientist can achieve outstanding results like being able to correct the mutation that caused, for example, in sickle cell anemia or cause Huntington disease. The CRISPR technology has already been used to change the DNA in the cells of mice and monkeys and other organisms as well. But wait, this is not done yet. CRISPR can be a game changer for coronavirus detection and its vaccine in the near future too. After knowing all about the incredible journey of these two scientists, it is clear to us that for a research worker, the unforgotten moment of his or her life are those rare ones which come after years of plodding work, when the veil over nature's secret seems suddenly to lift, when what was dark and chaotic appears in a clear and beautiful light and pattern. Thanks for listening.